I have a very interesting video for you all today as I show you some of the evidence the SEC claims to have on Ripple for sales of XRPs as a security, from their motion for summary judgment filed on September 13, 2022. Sales of a security must meet all four prongs of the Howey test. 1. An investment of money. 2. In a common enterprise. 3. With the expectation of profit. 4. To be derived from the efforts of others. Okay, here we go. Page 1, the SEC files for summary judgment against Ripple Labs. Let's see what they've got. Please take notice that, on September 13, 2022, Plaintiff Securities and Exchange Commission SEC hereby respectfully moves for an order from the court granting summary judgment on liability as to all claims against defendants Ripple Labs Incorporated, Bradley Garlinghouse, and Christian A. Larson. We'll skip to page 17 and see their undisputed facts. Page 17. Ripple's founders created XRP and the XRP ledger. In 2012, Jed McCaleb, Arthur Brito, and David Schwartz programmed a cryptographically secured ledger or blockchain. They called the Ripple network or Ripple protocol, now the XRP ledger. The three founders retained 20 billion XRP, including 9 billion for Larson, and Ripple received the remaining 80 billion. This is true. Check out the Ripple Labs 2013 website and their XRP distribution plan from April 2014. They unfortunately say, Ripple Labs, the company responsible for improving upon and promoting the Ripple protocol. Page 18. Defendants receive warnings that XRP offers and sales could be investment contracts under Howey. Although we believe that a compelling argument can be made that Ripple credits do not constitute securities, we believe that there is some risk, albeit small, that the SEC disagrees with our analysis. Here's the official Perkins Qua memo. Page 21. Ripple and Larson create the XRP trading markets. In 2013 and 2014, Ripple created three documents: a Ripple for Gateways, Sales Brochure, Ripple Primer, and a Deep Dive for Financial Professionals. These documents explained Ripple's increase in value thesis. Ripple's efforts to find use for XRP could increase demand for XRP and therefore its value. The primer similarly explained that Ripple hoped to make money from XRP if the world finds the Ripple network useful. Let's check out the primer document. This document looks pretty much like a white paper, explaining how Ripple, XRP, works and what it could be used for, specifically targeting payments. At the end of the document, it explains Ripple Labs and their intentions and prospects for XRP. Again, personally, I don't see this any different than a company who just discovered oil or invented synthetic oil, but the SEC is using this to form their case. As we go back to the SEC's summary judgment, they argue the Ripple Deep Dive for Financial Professionals, which is another brochure explaining XRP use for financial transaction. Here they specifically target these two sentences. Page 17. The Ripple protocol, however, could in fact be monetized through its native currency, XRP. Here, I think the word monetized is taken out of context as they're simply explaining how previous protocols like HTTP couldn't be monetized, but the XRP protocol can because it has tokens and is ledger for records. Page 23. Ripple Labs' business model is predicated on a belief that demand for XRP will increase, resulting in price appreciation, if the Ripple protocol becomes widely adopted. On the SEC's summary judgment, they attempt to make some points about Ripple tweeting, Ripple price. In April 2013, Ripple tweeted about the Ripple price, quoted Larson as saying Ripple would keep 50% of XRP to build team to contribute code, build apps, and promote #Ripple. Posted an interview of Larson explaining Ripple's business plans, and touted that an increase in XRP's price meant that Ripple mania has officially arrived. Here are some of those tweets. Additionally, they referred to some posts on bitcointalk.org from Joel Katz. Here they are on pages 22 and 23. Joel Katz explained to crypto asset enthusiasts that Ripple was effectively the central authority as to XRP, who was going to develop client and server software for as long as necessary, because it believed that broad adoption of Ripple as a payment platform would drive demand. Schwartz also said that Ripple was legally obligated to its shareholders to maximize the value and liquidity of XRP, that its financial interest was in seeing the value of XRP increase, that Ripple would do what we can to drive adoption of the XRP ledger or network, and that its adoption would drive demand in XRP. On page 26, the SEC highlights in October 2019, Garlinghouse stated in a public interview that Ripple owns a lot of XRP, was very interested in the health and success of the ecosystem.
In the XRP community, Ripple is the largest owner. And the point I have made is we are the most interested party in the success of the XRP ecosystem.
On page 30, the SEC makes claim about Miguel Valles, who noted on an investor forum that it was a foregone conclusion that if Ripple continues to focus on the work as to XRP, XRP's price would go up. Even recent, in late 2020, Brienne Madigan, Ripple's head of XRP markets, said that XRP could outperform other investments by 15% if it achieved 3% exposure to the trillions of dollars that XRP is solving for. Here's the video.
But diversify and pick a few crypto assets that you really see a story behind, that you understand the value proposition, you understand the problem they're solving, because ultimately, as you figure out that addressable market, you can back into reasonable valuation. And as I said in my example earlier, taking just a 3% exposure to the asset class should result in at least a 15% outperformance versus a traditionally managed portfolio, non-crypto.
On page 31, they make note of Ripple and the defendants often touting XRP price increases. Here are a few Twitter posts and retweets the SEC references to show that by this time Garlinghouse had become the self-described face of Ripple and its most important spokesperson, appearing on major news networks like CNBC and CNN. Here's one of the videos the SEC references with Brad using XRP price increase as proof of the success of Ripple's efforts.
Because people realize, hey, wait a minute, back to your question, is XRP the next Bitcoin? If we work with the system to solve this problem, and we can solve that problem at scale, a problem measured in the trillions of dollars, then there's a lot of opportunity to create value in XRP.
You should invest in XRP because...
Not even going to answer that.
We're solving a multi-trillion-dollar problem, and we're making a lot of progress towards that.
That's all I've got for today. There's a reason this case isn't settling immediately. And although I think the SEC is fundamentally and technically wrong, they're painting the picture they want in order to win this case and move forward with more crypto enforcement. As a disclaimer, I think most of this evidence is old, should have been acted on by the SEC years ago, and in most cases is trying to paint a picture of Ripple promoting prices when they're just simply explaining supply and demand economics when it comes to utility, no different than oil or commodity prices. I believe the network today is decentralized, and I say that as I run a validator behind me. But that doesn't mean Ripple didn't unknowingly violate the Securities Act in its early stages, and remember, there is no allegations of fraud or manipulation in this case.